And if anyone has just recently come in and wants to take hand weights, they're here in the corner. Does anyone want some? I'll pop some here just in case. Okay. So taking your feet underneath your hips. I'm just keeping my shoes on because I have a slight injury in my knee, so you don't have to wear your shoes if you're wondering. I like feet directly underneath hips. And when I say that, what I mean is the bones of your hips. So think about those pointy bits at the front, they're almost like straight lines. And then roughly your second toe and the center of the knee in alignment, okay? Spread out your toes nice and wide. And then ground down through the feet. So this will feel like pressing through the ball of the big toe, baby toe, and the heels, and then lifting up through the arches. And what this will hopefully do is activate the inner thigh, help you lift up through your pelvic floor, help you draw your pelvis into neutral. Has everyone done Pilates, by the way, before? Yeah? So you know what your neutral pelvis is. Think about sending the tailbone down towards the floor. We want to have pubic bone and tailbone pointing straight down. And then we can start to gather in and up through the lower abdominals and the pelvic floor. Lengthen through your spine. Take a couple of rolls through the shoulders just to loosen off. If this is your first class back of the new year, maybe you're feeling a little bit stiff and a little bit wonky from sitting down a lot over the past few weeks. Sliding your shoulder blades down your back. Think about lifting and opening through the chest, the collarbones, and just lengthen through the back of the neck. So you're not going to be jamming your chin down, but it's a slight tuck, okay? Relax your arms. If you want to, you can take your hands onto your belly, your lower abdomen. We're going to just close the eyes for a moment and connect to the breath and the lower abdominal engagement. So as you breathe in, please breathe in through your nose. Feel your belly filling with air like a balloon. So if hands are there on your belly, this is going to help your brain to understand where you're sending the breath connecting down. As you exhale, out through the lips, like you've got a straw in your mouth. So we're going to inhale through the nose, belly expands, exhale, blowing out through the lips, belly draws in and up, engaging. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath like this. Exhale. Feel that nice soft engagement of the abdomen. Now slide your hands up to the ribs. We're going to keep this zipped up sensation like you've zipped up a pair of tight jeans, and then breathing into the back and sides of the rib cage. If you're struggling with this breath, if you're not sure if you're doing it, just keep one hand on the lower abdomen and you'll feel if you're breathing into your belly. If you're not sure if you're breathing wide into the ribs, maybe you're breathing into your chest, just take one hand to the collarbones and see if they're lifting too much. You want to really feel the rib cage almost swinging wide and then drawing back in together. Where are they? Taking 2 more breaths like this. Then we're going to start moving with the breath, moving with the abdominal engagement. As you inhale, circle your hands up overhead, keep sliding your shoulder blades down your back. And as you exhale, bring the hands forward. So I want you to keep your knees soft, keep that little bit of pressure through the balls of the big toes, the heels, baby toes. Keep the pelvis nice and neutral. Think about your front of your rib cage knitting down towards your hips. Lovely. Taking 3 more like this. Breathing into ribs. Imagine the sides of the ribs swinging open. And then knitting back together. Lovely. Last one. Then we're going to take the chin to the chest. Keep zipped up through the abdomen. Think about peeling down, rolling through each vertebra of the spine, zipping up through the abdominals as you do this. Keep your knees soft and bend them whenever you need to. Fingertips can touch the ground if that feels okay. And then press into the feet, activate through the backs of the legs, rolling back up again. Last thing to lift will be your head. Then we'll exhale, reach the hands up. Inhale, circle wide, opposite to what we did before. Exhale, shoulder blades stay sliding down the back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, circle. Can you feel that your abdominals as you lift up are having to work a little bit harder to stop the ribs from opening? So you want to keep this nice taut core through the front. Last one. Then we're going to step the feet a little bit wider. Toes stay pointing forward. We're keeping the pelvis neutral, so tailbone and pubic bone are pointing down. Take the arms wide, slide the shoulder blades down, check that your ribs don't stick up. As you inhale, you can turn. As you inhale, we're just going to twist the upper body, so the hips aren't going to come with you, just the upper body. And you might feel a little stretch down the back of the shoulder blade. As you exhale, chin to chest, zip up, we're going to peel down slowly, 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 reaching your baby finger towards your baby toe. And then you can, if it feels okay, inhale and twist, look up towards the ceiling, but you don't have to if it feels like a strain. Exhale, peeling back up to center. And then inhale to the other side. Keep your pelvis nice and steady, hips pointing forward, rolling down. Inhale to twist or just pause, options. Exhale, rolling back up. And inhaling to center. Lovely, keep going. You can bend your knee if you need to. And you don't have to come all the way down to the floor. So just work with your body, be gentle. We're opening it up, waking it up after it's been hibernating for weeks now. Don't worry too much about your breath. Just focus on your core. It should hopefully feel nice. Feel like you're getting things moving, getting things a bit juicy in the body again. Take one more each side. Keep lifting in and up through the abdomen. And when you're ready, you can slide your shoulders back and down. We're going to step the feet even wider now, keeping the toes pointing forward. So if you do want to spin to turn one direction, you can. Just make sure that they're not too wide, that your knees are buckling in. Take your hands onto your hips, lengthen through the spine. We're going to fold forward, hinging the hips back. Nice strong back, nice strong core. Then we're going to hinge over to the left-hand side. Keep the hips back, maybe touching the ground. Inhale through center and exhale to the other side. So please focus on sending the hips back, 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 back. Inhale, center, exhale, over. Lovely. Inhale, center, exhale, over. We're going to move a little bit faster. Opening up the inner thighs. Opening up the hips. Moving with the breath. Brilliant. Three, two, one. Back to center. Turn your heels in and your toes out. You can use the ground for support as you do this. Then press into the floor, please. Bend the knees softly and roll up. Stepping in. We're going to come to the back of the mat. Taking a nice big inhale, roll the shoulders back and down, long spine. Exhale, hands come up, shoulders down, ribs down. Inhale, circle the hands wide. Lovely. Exhale, chin to chest, peeling down. Let the arms and the head be heavy. When your fingertips touch the ground, inhale, gaze forward. And we're going to walk out to plank, nice and slow. If anyone needs to come to a modified plank, just drop your knees. Keep drawing in through the core. Roll your tailbone towards your heels and pull from the crown of the head to the heels of the feet. Press the ground away from you. Inhale into ribs and exhale, lift the hips back up, coming into a triangle. Walking your hands in towards your feet. Try and keep the hips nice and steady and stable. Use your pelvic floor and your lower abdominals. Exhale, rolling up again. Take a breath in when you get to the top and then exhale. Slide the shoulders down, ribs down. Inhale. Lovely. Exhale. Rolling down. Inhale, gaze forward. Use your core to keep the hips steady, agile, walking like a little cat. Extend into plank. We're going to take the left foot forward to the outside of the left hand and then take a little roll around. If anyone needs to drop the right knee, do. We're just going to open up the hip, take a little bit of movement, waking up the hips, the groin. They're going to start working in a little while, so we want them open. Step back and right leg forward. Making little circles or swaying side to side. Just move a little bit intuitively here. Feel into your body. Keep breathing. Keep some nice engagement through the abdomen. Brilliant. We're stepping that right leg back. Lift the hips up and walking in. I'm going to start moving a little bit faster now, getting warm. Roll up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down. Walking out to plank. We're going to drop to the right elbow and then the left elbow. Feel your core nice and strong. Come up to the right hand and then the left hand. Left elbow, right elbow. These feel so much harder than they did last year. Going back up, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. One more. Lift the hips. And walk in. Hands to toes. Pause here for a moment. Roll out through the wrists. And then roll up. Exhale. Inhale, circle wide. Exhale, peeling down again. Walking out to plank. We're going to come down to the right elbow. Turn your hand in towards your left. And then we're going to come into a side plank. So make sure that your feet are split. If anyone does need to drop the bottom knee, please, please, please do. Especially if this is your first class back. Don't push yourself too hard, okay? We're going to extend through the body, lift up, 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 up. I want you to feel like you're squeezing your inner thighs together, squeezing your glutes, zipping up through your core. Push the ground away from you. Breathe. We're then going to dip hips down to the floor, a little kiss, and then lift back up. Kiss and up. 3, 2, and 1. Oh my God, back to center. Okay, straight through center and over to the other side. I'm in it with you. I feel the pain. It's very hard, I know. Lift, 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 lift. Press the ground away, extend. Zip up, pelvic floor, lower abdomen. And we're going to kiss the floor, hip down and up. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift, hold it, and come back through center. Come up to your hands, lift your hips. And walk in. Take a breath in your forward fold, press into the feet, roll up. We okay? It is so much harder. Exhale and inhale. Circle wide. Bring the chin back down. Walking out to plank. Last one. Last one, we're going to get the blood pumping, okay? So options, 3 options. You can be on your knees and walk up the mountain. You can be on your hands and knees or hands and toes, running up the mountain or walking up the mountain. We're going to do 30 seconds. So take it at your own pace. Are we ready? Steady. And go. Keep breathing. Keep pressing the ground away from you and the chest open. You're halfway. Keep going. Keep the elbow or the chest over your shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down into a shell stretch. Release the head. Bend your elbows so your hands are behind your head. And we'll roll out through the wrists again. Breathe in through the nose deeply. Out through the mouth slowly. Okay. We're going to come up to hands and knees. Everyone feeling all right? Great. Hands and knees, please. Middle fingers tracking straight forward. Make sure that your chest is over your hands. If your belly is sticking down and your tailbone sticking up, I want you to draw in ribs to hips and your back is going to lengthen. Find that sense of width across the chest. Imagine you're holding an orange under your chin and you've got a big giant encyclopedia on the back of your head. Okay, balancing. Hard back, okay, not soft. Inhale into ribs. As you exhale, extend the right leg away and keep the hips level. Inhale, knee comes back down. So try not to sway side to side. Keep the weight even in both hands. Grip your fingertips into the mat, especially if you tend to get achy wrists. Make sure that every single part of your hand is taking pressure. Thumbs, baby fingers, middle fingers especially. Keep lengthening. We're using the core here to stabilize through the abdomen. We're going to extend the left leg back, tap toes down, and then blast the leg up. But I want you to think about squeezing your glute, not moving your hip. So have a little look. What I don't want is this. There's no Beyoncé's in the room, okay? Nice, steady, stable hips and pelvis. Squeeze the glute, extend through the front of the hip flexor and the toe. Use your breath. As you exhale, your core naturally engages, and that's going to help you stabilize your hip, stabilize your pelvis, and you're not going to get back pain. We're going to do 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale now, please round in. Press into the ground, round your back, little stretch. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, round in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch in, engage your core. 2, and 1. Knee down, come back into your shell stretch, roll out through your wrists. Back up to hands and knees, please. We're going to do the other side. Extend right leg away. Zip up through your core. Check that you haven't leant over to one side. Take a little bit more weight now in your right hand. We're going to tap down and lift up. Down and up. Feel that nice engagement through your core. If there's any pinching in the lower back, you're probably moving the pelvis. Really focus on that zip. Lovely. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to crunch in, extend, round the back. Inhale, extend, exhale, round the back. 3, 2, and 1. Back to shell stretch. Roll out the wrists if you need to. Our next couple of exercises can be done on the elbows if you prefer, if you don't want to be on hands. Option to take a weight. We're going to warm up our glutes. So you're going to take the weight just behind your knee, but just try not to bring it right in behind the joint because the tendons there can get a little bit aggravated. So just a little bit back, and then you're going to pinch it between just the top of the calf and your hamstring. So option to be on hands and knees or elbows and knees. Either way, your core is nice and engaged. If you're on elbows, just check that you're not leaning back away from them. Lean forward a little bit, okay? We're gonna lift the legs so that the knee's in alignment with the hip, pointing the toes. Here again, make sure there's more weight in your right elbow or your right hand, okay? Zip up through your core. And we're going to do the same thing, but this time blasting the toes up towards the ceiling. The hip is not moving, the lower back's not moving, core is strong, glutes are pumping, hamstrings pumping. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the leg down for a moment, just take a little break, maybe roll out through the ankle if you need to. Brilliant. We're going to lift the leg back up again, and this time I want you to flex your heel. This time you're going to kick through your heel like you're trying to kick the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee back down. You can shift the weight back slightly just for a little break on the shoulders. They've already done a lot for you this evening. Take a breath. Come forward again. This time we're going to point the toe, zip up through the core, lift the leg just very slightly. I want you to imagine that I'm behind you holding your toe, okay? It's almost like you've locked it in place. You are just going to open the knee to the side. The toe isn't going to move. Toe's not moving, hip's not moving. Brilliant. 5. Get that little squeeze into the side of the glute. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it out there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take the weight out from behind the leg. Come back to your shell stretch for a moment. Now, hopefully you can really feel a difference between your right glute and your left glute. We're coming back up. This time taking the weight behind the left leg, or the other leg, if you did the left already. Inhale and exhale, zip up, lengthen through the spine. I'm going to lift the leg up, point the toes, and kick. Kick. Really focus on that rib to hip connection. Zip up through the core. I'm going to come and just correct a couple of you, if that's okay. So just lift it. Perfect. You've got a bit too much space as well between your elbows and your knees, and then just zip up a little bit. Brilliant. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Just zip up a little bit there. Perfect. Take the leg down. Take a moment. And then resetting, lifting the leg back up, this time through the heel. Zip up through your core, and we're kicking. Kick, kick, kick. If you've got the weight, squeeze it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee down. Back for a moment. And then shifting forward again. Make sure that your right knee is directly underneath your hip, not too far back. That's going to make it harder for your core to stabilize, okay? And make sure that your chest is over your hands or your elbows. We're lifting up, point the toe. Again, lock your toe in, engage through the core, zip up. Sorry, my fault. Bring your knee down a little bit more. And then we're locking the toe in and bringing the knee out to the side. Feel that little squeeze in the glute. So keep your toe where it is. Just feel like you're opening the door. Your knee is the door. Your toe and your hip is the hinge. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take the weight away. Come down into your shell stretch. Well done, everyone. Lifting up. We're going to tuck under toes, lift hips, pedal out through the backs of the legs quickly, and then walk your feet in towards the top of the mat and roll up to standing again. Take a little drink if you need one, and then take hold of your weights. We're going to start with our legs, some squats. Let me know how the temperature in the room is. I can put on more or less air conditioning. Okay. Huh? So grab your weights if you're going to use them. I'll just wait one moment for everyone to be in the room. We want to start with feet underneath the hips again. So alignment, really important in everything we do, especially when it comes to Pilates. So looking down at your feet, you want to think that you could draw a perfect square around the feet. Spread your toes and just notice if you have a tendency to turn the toes in or the toes out. The position of your feet is going to have a huge effect on your knees, your hips, everything up the chain, right? Feet are so important. Roll the shoulders back and down, lengthen through your spine, press into your feet and feel your body activate. We're going to take a breath in and sit back. Your hands can come forward to stop you from falling back if you want to. If your shoulders are tired, you can just bend the elbows a little bit. Make sure that you're not coming like this, okay? Knees don't want to come forward. I want you to sit back. You're looking for the chair behind you. Keep drawing your ribs and your hips together so the spine stays nice and long. Your knees are going to come slightly forward over your ankles, but they're not going to cover your toes, okay? And your toes are going to stay planted in the ground. I want you to just relax your feet. What happens in your glutes? Now I want you to press and activate your feet. What happens in your glutes? Can you feel that difference? They're on and they're off. Come down a little bit lower if you can. Really listen to your knees. Make sure that your knees are not coming in or out too much, okay? They want to be roughly over the ankles. A little press out. I'm going to push down, 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 and drive up. Straight up. I don't know if you've ever been in a gym class and seen people thrusting forward. We don't want that. Okay, neutral and back. Come down, press into the ground, drive straight up. I want you to start to feel a zipping sensation from your feet, activating all the way up into your core, okay? So we're going to inhale down, Take it as slow as you need. I want you to imagine the inside of your body, feel everything that's going on. If you can't feel a certain area of your body, that's okay. We can start to activate it and get a little bit more sensation in that area. Inhale down. Feel into your toes, your arches, your knees, your inner thighs, your outer thighs, your glutes, your core. We're going to come down for 5, 4, 3, toes in the ground, 2, and 1. Stay down, we're pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, walk it out. Well done. Let's change this song. It's very relaxing. We need a bit more energy. Does anyone have any questions? Everyone feel like they can get that and feel it? Okay. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider. Toes are still pointing forward. Pubic bone down to the floor. Nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale. Zip up. Inhale. Come down. This time, really important that the knees are coming nice and wide. Okay, press into your big toes. Feel your glutes activating. Come down as low as you can, but really be mindful of your knees. Press to lift up. You want to really push through your heels, but keep your toes in the floor. Plant your feet in the ground. Come up strong. 5, 4, knees wide. 3, 2, and 1. Keep your feet where they are. Just give your hips a little wiggle. We're going to add in some arms now. So as you come down, bring your arms forward, turn the palms to face up. If you don't want to use weights, you don't have to. You can just squeeze fists to activate your muscles, okay? We're going to come down, bring the hands into shoulders, and exhale, extend. Inhale, and exhale. Try and keep your elbows lifted actually as well, as much as you're able to. If you're just getting used to squats and you feel like there's just too much going on for your brain right now, you can leave out the hands. We're going to move fast. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands. We're going to come straight down and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, walk it. Take a little drink if you need to. Well done. We're going to step nice and wide, turning your heels in and your toes out. Before we do any movement, I just want you to look down and check that your heels are in the same line and that both feet are turned at equal amounts. And then just feel your hips and notice if you're slightly twisted one direction or the other, and level yourself, okay? It's quite normal to have a little twist, but we want to try and correct it. Zip up through the core. This time, we're not going to be sitting back. We're going to be sitting straight down. The knees are coming out and wide. You really need to press into those big toes to stop yourself from falling backwards. And you can bring the hands forward as well to stop yourself falling back. We're not coming here. You're here, really working the inner thighs and the glutes. Before you come down, I want you to feel like you're almost wrapping your hips into your tailbone. So we're going to feel that the glutes are already on. We're almost lifting up a little bit, okay? We ready? Oh, I'm already out of breath, talking too much. Come down as you inhale. Press into the feet, straight back up. Imagine you're sliding down a wall with the back, okay? So we're not leaning forward. Take it slow and be careful with your knees if there's any issues here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Step in. Well done. You can keep hold of your weights if you want to, or drop them. This is going to be a little bit of a balance. If you know your balance isn't great, you can come off your mat, or if it's really not great, you can take your hands to the wall and do this, okay? I'm going to show you first. So we're going to come into a little squat, and I want you to be bent in the knee and slightly leaning forward. We're going to keep this nice long line. We're going to press the hands together, roll the shoulders back. Zip up, really important. You're going to take the weight into the right foot first, but be careful that you don't swing your hip out to the side, okay? We're going to stay zipped up. This is going to be pelvic floor, glute. Big toe is really going to help you here. Then we're going to release that leg long. If you're to look down, I want you to keep your feet in the same line. We're bringing that foot out, but we're not going to counterbalance, okay? So you're going to stay, little bend in the knee, nice and engaged in the core, little hinge forward. Pressing the hands together is just going to keep the chest open and the shoulders engaged, okay? So we're going to take the weight, release the leg, exhale, inhale. You can tap down if you need to. 3, 2, 1. Hold it out and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My bad balancing leg. Come to the other side. Just check that everything's okay. Reset. Zip in through the core. Keep that little bend. When you bend, your glute's going to activate. So we want the standing leg to be working as well. Release your other heel. Stay nice and zipped up. We're going to come out to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. We went to another round. The burn, the burn. Okay, taking hold of your weights again. I'm just going to have a little drink. We are going to come into some lunges. So taking your right foot forward, taking your left heel off the mat, not too far back, a little bit closer together. And just make sure that you're not already wobbling. If you're wobbling and your feet are kind of very close to the midline of your mat, just take your back foot out to the side a little bit more. Pelvis neutral. Same thing, press into that big toe. It's going to help activate the muscles in the leg and help you stabilize. Roll the shoulders back and down, lengthen through your spine and zip in through the abdomen. We're going to come straight down. Imagine you're sliding down a wall, so there's no leaning forward. Press into that front toe to lift up. If you can see yourself in the mirror, check that your knees are tracking forward. Keep that zipped up sensation. Pelvic floor is going to keep the hips nice and steady. We can add in arms, exhale. Keep a light grip on your weights, like you're lifting shopping bags. Keep your chest open. Lovely. 5, 4, 3, brilliant. 2, 1, hold it and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Take a little walk. Well done. It's just going to get easier and easier every week. Somewhere in your face. I think it does. Just never miss a class, you'll be fine. I always regret when I have the class covered because it's just hell the following week. Okay, zip up. Again, make sure that you're not twisting. Bring your right hip forward. We're going to inhale and exhale, zip up. Inhale, come down, sliding down the wall. This side might feel very different, so just give your body a moment to see what's going on. Keep both knees tracking forward. Brilliant. Lift your hands. Lovely. Keep sliding down the wall. Keep your abdominals engaged. Breath into ribs. Lovely. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Walk it out. Dropping the weights if you've got them. And then we're going to make our way down to laying for some core work. Taking your feet onto the mat so that your heels are in alignment with your sit bones and your knees in alignment with your hips, exactly the same as standing. We want to think about stacking joints. Give your body just a moment to settle into the ground. Roll your shoulders back and down. Bring your pelvis into a neutral position. So your pubic bone and your hip points want to be level. If you make a little triangle with the hands, that triangle should lay flat over the top of the pelvis, and you will have a slight curve in the lower back, depending on the shape of your body. So you're not pushing your lower back into the mat. Inhale into belly, let it rise. Exhale, zipping in and up. Lower abdominals, pelvic floor. We'll just start with a simple ab prep, taking hands by the sides. Inhale, nod, float the hands off the mat. Exhale, sliding up ribs to hips. Keep looking towards the tops of the knees. Inhale, breath into ribs. Make sure there's no breath in your belly. Exhale, release down. Inhale, nod, float the hands. Exhale, zip up. Reach your fingertips towards your heels. Keep the front of the chest nice and open. Inhale. And exhale, releasing back down. If there is any tension in the neck and shoulders, I should have said that as we began, you can take your hands behind your head. Last one here. Take a little stretch, open the chest. We're not going to go too crazy with core today, just in case some of you have not done any core work over the past few weeks. We'll just get everything reconnected again. Press your hands into the mat. Take a breath in, exhale, really push into the hands and zip up. Lift both legs into tabletop, please. Exhale, tap toes down and lift. Down and lift, one foot at a time. Focus on that lovely deep abdominal engagement. The more you press your hands into the mat, the more support you're going to get. The more your abdomen is going to be able to engage deeply. One more each side. Just focus on your technique. Release the weight of the legs into the hands, hands on knees. Just take a little roll through the ankles, maybe a little rock side to side. Or you can make circles with the legs if that feels nice. Take your feet back down onto the mat. Hands behind the head. Slide the shoulder blades down the back of the ribs heavy on the mat. Just make sure you can see your elbows and your peripheral vision. We're going to support the neck with the thumbs coming down the sides of the neck. Inhale, nod. Exhale, slide up. As you exhale again, your left rib cage is going to come across towards your right hip. So imagine you're drawing an X over to the opposite hip. Inhale, come back to center, stay lifted, and then exhale over to the other side. Keep drawing in off the abdomen. You're just moving from the ribs, really. Don't let your pelvis rock side to side. Use that deep engagement, zipping up to keep the core switched on. Stay lifted through center. We want to work the upper abdominals as we come through center. Then we're working the obliques as we come over to the sides, and the lower abdominals are working the whole time. One more each side, please. Inhale, center. Exhale, just release for a moment. Keep your hands here. Take a breath. Exhale, reset. Inhale, nod. Exhale, slide up. We're going to stay lifted here. Keep that little bit of space underneath the chin. Make sure you're not resting the head on the chest. Lift up the right leg. We're going to exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Just check that both hips stay level. Three, two, last one. Bend the knee. Bring your right elbow forward slightly. We're going to exhale, come up as high as you can, and then crunch the knee in. Inhale, release. Exhale, upper body lifts. Keep your pelvis neutral. So you're staying lifted, and then just crunching in a little bit more. 2, 1, hold it, extend again. Hips stay steady. Last one. Release the leg down, release the head, the shoulders down. Take a big, big, big breath into belly, let the ribs rise for a moment. Really important to do this breath afterwards so that the diaphragm doesn't get overactivated. Resetting. Exhale, zip up. Inhale, nod. Exhale, sliding up. Lifting the left leg again. Make sure that the hips haven't rocked over to one side. We're going to exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Move at your own pace with your breath. Stay lifted through the abdomen. Two, 1, bend the knee, inhale. Bring that left elbow forward, exhale, crunch. You're staying lifted and then coming up a little bit higher. Use your core and not your neck. 3 more. Stay lifted, extend the leg again. Two, and 1. Release the leg, release the head and shoulders, squeeze the shoulders back, open the chest, lift the ribs, big breath. Bring the legs long. Take a full body stretch now. Lovely. Let the ribs lift. Big breaths into belly. Fill the belly like a balloon. Get the diaphragm moving. It's going to release any tension in the back. It's going to release any overactivity in the diaphragm, especially as we did upper abs. Interlacing your fingers, press the hands away from you if you haven't already done that. Then we're going to reach the hands over to one side. Take a big stretch. Imagine moving from the ribs. And then coming back to center. And over to the other side. Back to center. Release your hands by your sides. Take your right ankle onto your left thigh. Please keep the foot flexed, so keep pulling your toes towards your shin. Press the knee away using the strength of the legs, so like you're trying to pull your knee down towards the floor. Hopefully you're getting a nice stretch, maybe not super nice if you're very tight in the hip. We're looking for a stretch to the outer hip, inner hip, maybe even the glute. And then lifting your left knee in towards your left shoulder, holding on behind that left leg. Keep flexing your right toes, and you can relax your left foot if you want to. Relax your shoulders into the ground, relax your lower back. And breathe slowly. We're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose now. Helping the body to switch into a state of repair and rest. Release the legs. You can straighten out that right leg if you need to, and then swap over. Flex the left toes towards the left shin. Push the knee away. And then lifting your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Keep the left toes flexed. Relax the body and breathe deep. Releasing the legs. Rolling over onto one side. Take your hand underneath your head. We're going to take hold of the top foot with the top arm. and bring the knee back so it's in alignment with the hip, and then down so it's in alignment with the hip. Your heel comes towards your glute, and then you can just very gently draw your hip forward until you get a nice stretch through your quad, your thigh muscle. You can also push your toes in towards your hand or your foot into your hand to deepen that stretch. Releasing the leg. Take your hand out from behind your head, reach it in front of your face. We're going to take a twist, opening up across the front of the chest. Turn your palm to face up towards the ceiling and bring your hand onto the diagonal to get a stretch into the armpit and the pec. And then releasing, coming back to center. And you can roll over to the other side. Taking hold of your foot. Draw the knee down and back. You can open your shoulder as well if that feels nice, and press the hip forward. Releasing the legs, bend the knees up, release your bottom arm, and then coming into your twist. Turning your outstretched arm to face up and onto the diagonal, getting it as a stretch into the armpit. Releasing your hand, we'll roll forward onto the front. Tuck under the toes, and then we'll walk onto the feet. Drop the head, lift the hips, coming back into your forward fold. And you can pedal out through the legs, dropping one heel and then the other. Bend your knees generously. Your belly wants to be touching your thighs. And pressing into your feet, slowly, slowly rolling all the way up to standing. Taking a couple of rolls through the shoulders. Think about your posture again for a moment. We'll turn the palms to face forward, open across the chest. Look down towards your left hand. Keep your shoulder blades sliding down, your ribs sliding down, pelvis neutral. And keeping your chin over your chest, I want you to look down so your chin over your shoulder. Look down so your chin points towards your shoulder, and then up so your chin points up towards the ceiling. If you want to get more of a stretch for the neck, you can hook your bottom lip over your top lip. And then going up and down. Chin down. Bringing the chin across the chest and over to the other side, looking down. Then we look down and up. Option 2, hook your lip, your bottom lip over your top. Looking down, rolling your chin on your chest again. Keep the neck straight, or sorry, the back straight and look down. Then we'll look up, down, and up. Last one. Head back to center, and you're done for this evening. Well done. Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too killer for you. If you've got any questions for me, feel free to ask. If you use the Pilates or the Revitalize equipment, could you spray it down and give it a little wipe? Thank you so much, Radu.